Hi, welcome back to part three of interviewing for jobs. And I wanted to really touch upon uh, something that I may have not have discussed in my previous two videos. And I'm going to put up the two previous videos on cards just so you can see them and watch them. So remember that when you're applying for jobs, there are either entry level jobs or jobs that may require more intermediate or advanced skills. When you're applying for entry level jobs, as a supervisor, as a person who's hired, I always find that it's okay if you don't have all the skills, especially technical skills that are required to do the job. But the trade off or the thing that I would look instead for is really personality, that they can work well, they're enthusiastic about working in a group, that they can really be able to hit the ground running in terms of the job. So having the relevant skills for entry level jobs may not be as important. And I will tell you, in my long history of hiring people, most jobs there are very few people who can automatically say they know 100% of everything they need to do. In any job, as a supervisor, as a person who's manager and teaching people how to do the job, you expect that there's going to be something that a person who's new to organization is not going to know how to do, whether it's the actual technical part. So if it's literally you're a software programmer and you feel like you know everything there needs to know, but you still may not know everything that you need to do for this particular organization or product, right? So on the technical side, there's going to be something you don't know. Then it could be younger employees or people who've never worked in an office environment. Say you don't know the basics of, for example, how to Xerox. That's okay because you know what? Every good supervisor will show you how to do that once or twice, maybe three times most. But remember that there are those little things in terms of working in an office environment or any type of group environment where those little things are the things that a supervisor would not be doing, that you're going to be doing as the kind of new person, and you want to be able to show that you can do all of those things, whether it's booking meetings, making appointments through a scheduler, doing, like I said, how to make copies. Believe it or not, how to make copies of documents is something that's not everybody knows how to do. And I don't expect people to know how to do it, but if I show you, you're going to know how to do it, and you're going to do it for me. Because as a supervisor, I don't want to be the one doing it myself. You're going to be the one doing it. So if you show that enthusiasm for learning how to do all aspects of the job, that is going to help you get the job. So as a candidate, and remember that I think this really applies to no matter what sector you're in, whether you're in, like I said previously, programming, or you're doing office job or government job, or even if you're doing construction or retail. Particularly retail, because I think what I'm going to mention next makes you think of retail. But the most important thing you need to have as a worker is customer service skills, right? And we say that in a very general way. What does customer service skills mean? It's not strictly like, oh, how do you deal with customers, buyers, consumers, right? In terms of like retail, what customer service skills mean within the working world is how do you really make sure the person that you're working for is satisfied with what you're doing, whether it's the actual technical aspects or how you even communicate with people. Customer service skills is a very important thing, and I will guarantee you in most jobs they're going to ask you some question like that. What are the customer service skills that you can demonstrate, right? And yes, we will hear from, I've heard a lot of people talk about, like, literally they worked at like Banana Republic or Target or at a gym, and they'll give us examples like that. But what the answer you really want to give is, how do you translate that experience into a relevant aspect of customer service within the job that you're looking for? And That's not easy. I will tell you, you're going to have to think of that in advance, depending on what type of job you're applying for, what industry it's in, on how to make that customer service skill discussion sound relevant. And I would really encourage you to really say, you know, um, if customer service is about making, say, the supervisor happy, what does that mean? I would say, for example, being handing things in on time, assignments that are done on time, they are detailed, factually correct, and that it's done with a certain level of skill and competency, right? That if you were to take that from I previously worked in a retail job, what did that mean? For example, if you're checking out a customer, you don't just say, "Oh, give me your card. I'm gonna, charge you for this," and then you throw people's stuff into a bag and then you just toss it back to the customer and you throw their card onto the counter, right? You would really want to be able to articulate what would you do. You would make sure that you would say clearly what this is, what this is the price of your purchase. How would you like to pay for it? Articulate every single step of what that meant, and then what would be your expectation of the customer to feel like after they paid for it? They should feel that, oh, this is a great purchase they've just made. You hand them their purchase, they feel great. You treated them very well, right? That's what customer service means in the retail world. How does that translate for this job? So say, for example, like I said before, if it's about your supervisor, it's about for them to feel satisfied with the product you're doing. If it's with actual customers, or consumers that are interested in your product or services, you really want to articulate, well, how does my conversation with the customer or consumer translate into them being satisfied. So I think for this thing, remember, customer service skills is a really important aspect of how you demonstrate yourself as being a good candidate for the job, whether it's an entry-level position or for a more advanced position. So really try to focus on that in terms of why you should be picked for the job, because you can demonstrate good customer service skills and to make whomever is the person on the other side satisfied. So if you're interested in hearing more about professional development and job hunting, definitely hit subscribe. And if you like this video, please like. If any feedback about the series that I've done so far, please feel free to leave the comment down there. I think it's really important that we all learn kind of the mysteries of how to get a job, because I know it's hard out there. It's really hard to find a job nowadays, because you do feel like you're up against so many different candidates. There's a lot of competition out there, and for supervisors like myself who've had to interview a lot of people, we want to make that job as easy for us. So how do you make yourself really stand out as a candidate? So if you want to hear more, definitely subscribe, and I hope to talk to you again in this continuing series about interviewing. So talk to you later. Bye.